Welcome on Texas football. It's time for the Saturday morning conversation. I'm Bobby Burton. Guys, Longhorn baseball team held off Texas A&M. The Aggies tried to rally late in both the 8th and 9th inning on Friday night, but the Longhorns held them off, won 2-1. Great pitching performance by the Longhorns. Ruger Rojas, as well as Dylan Volantis, came in to save the game late. It was a very tightly contested game the whole time. Farmer hit his first home run of the year in the 6th inning, I believe, to give Texas the one-run victory there, 2-1. The Longhorns go again later today for the second game of the series. It's a 3-game set against the Aggies, but Coach Jim Schlossnagle and the number 1 ranked Longhorns did win last night over the Texas A&M Aggies. Women's softball team was not quite as good over in Norman on Friday afternoon. The Lady Sooners beat the Longhorns 7-6. Texas now 42-7 on the campaign. They have 2 more games against OU in Norman this weekend as well. All right, now let's talk a little football. Today is Fan Appreciation Day. That starts at 10 o'clock this morning, lasts till about 2. The Longhorn football team will be on the practice field kind of as I'm speaking here this morning before they actually take part in the festivities with the fans. I believe that while the Midway and Bevo Boulevard will be open starting around 10, the autograph line for the football players starts at around noon. Coach Steve Sarkisian is going to be there. There's going to be stuff for the kids to do as well. Please come on out. Myself, Jerry Hamilton, Rod Babers, CJ Vogel, Jeff Howe, and Blake Monroe, all going to be out there a little bit later today as well. So hope we get a chance to see you guys if you're out and about. Also, the Texas Longhorn baseball game will then be after the Fan Appreciation game. It'll be game number 2, of course, against those Texas Aggies. All right, this episode of On Texas Football is brought to you by our friends over at Advance Pain Care.
Pros know the pain stops here.
Physical therapy helps me as an athlete then and now. And do I still need therapy? Yes. Advanced Pain Care helps with that.
Injuries will stack up. They'll add up. You can't let those injuries get you down, and Advanced Pain Care has been very helpful for me.
We can help with whatever's got you down, from nerve damage to our spinal cord stimulator. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Same-day appointments available.
Advanced Pain Care. The pain stops here.
I tell you what, Longhorn football team going to be added this morning, obviously. But last night and the night before, it has been a celebration of Longhorn football in the NFL draft. Longhorns with 6 players drafted through the first 3 rounds of the NFL draft. That's second only to Ohio State. The Buckeyes have had 7 players drafted in the first 3 rounds. Oregon, as well as Georgia, also have 6 in those first 3 rounds as well. So, look, Longhorns keeping very high company right now in the NFL draft. Last night, it started off with with Alfred Collins going overall number 43 to the San Francisco 49ers. Former Longhorn Kyle Shanahan, the head coach of the 49ers, selecting Collins. That was not super surprising, maybe a little bit higher than most anticipated. And then late in the second round, the world champion Philadelphia Eagles selected Andrew Makuba with the very last pick of the second round. Makuba goes number 64 overall to the Eagles. And then number 71, this was a great sign, something that I did not see coming. Vernon Broughton becomes the 6th player selected by in the NFL draft by the New Orleans Saints. So he'll join Kelvin Banks in New Orleans next year. And one of the great things about this, I don't know if everybody got a chance to see it or not, but giving the call to Vernon Broughton was none other than former Texas defensive line coach Bo Davis, who is now the defensive line coach for the New Orleans Saints. So that was kind of heartwarming there. Broughton was the only pick for the Longhorns in the 3rd round. But later today, it'll get back going. There are expected to be 4 to 5 guys picked in the 4th round for the Longhorns. If you look at the boards and what's remaining left out there, Gunnar Helm, Jaden Blue, Barron Sorrell, Quinn Ewers, and Isaiah Bond all could go early later today. The NFL draft will close up rounds 4 through 7 later today. It's something that we're going to be watching very closely. A couple of news and notes, and this is going in toward something that Jerry Hamilton and CJ Vogel have been working really hard on the last 24 hours. Texas is hosting a number of top-end recruits this weekend. One of those is Derek Cooper, the number 1 ranked running back in the country out of South Florida. Cooper was on campus on Friday. It's going to be a 2-day visit for him, so he'll be there. Also, Southern California safety Devon Benjamin was on campus as well. He had a 2-day visit from Wednesday to Friday. He left Austin late yesterday, excuse me. He is saying that Texas now will get an official visit from him. He's one of the nation's top 50 players. Just to give you an example of what Texas is trying to do in recruiting overall. Also, a pair of defensive linemen from Alabama were in yesterday. Emmanuel Ruffin, as well as Vodney Cleveland, both from the Birmingham area of Alabama. Both guys with multiple big-time offers. There is going to be another 24 probably prospects later today at Texas going around. Jerry Hamilton and CJ Vogel will be on hand checking in for everybody there. I also want to mention this. It is the very last minute for players to enter the portal at the University of Texas. That window closed last night at midnight. We have not heard of anybody else that has been added to the portal for this window for the University of Texas. So we will keep an eye or an ear out for that. But it looks like Texas, as expected, remains relatively unscathed by the portal, only losing a couple of players, both specialists, Bert Auburn, as well as kicker Bert Auburn, as well as punter Michael Kern, opting to go to the portal. Of course, Texas took a scholarship kicker in the portal from Texas State, Mason Shipley, as well as a punter earlier this year, Jack Bomeister, from Utah, a second-team All-Big 12 selection. The only other player that entered the portal that we are aware of at this time is Malik Agbo, reserve offensive lineman. He entered the portal a week ago. So I look at it right now, and Texas looks like it's going to be really unscathed at this point from losses in the portal. And I have heard multiple reports of other teams. Tampering is not even the right word anymore because I think everybody does it. There have been multiple reports that guys are being contacted at Texas and trying to be lured away by other teams with promises of larger deals, different deals, etc. But I think it goes to the program that Steve Sarkisian has built around Texas. I know people like to use the word culture. I just think it's the program itself. Kids want to be a part of a winning program. They want an opportunity, a fair shot that they show they can develop. The development is obvious right now. The NFL draft is proof of that. So I think that's another feather in Steve Sarkisian's cap as he tries to keep these players as a team going. And then also, I think that they like the city of Austin and like the university itself. And that's always helpful as you try to, again, maintain that team framework. One last note about the portal as well. Texas will be aggressive in the portal if they find players that they think they can add to the roster that make a real difference. Now that this portal window of exit is closed, Texas will reassess its roster following today's practice, this morning's practice, and take in the whole thing from a spring camp idea, and then mix it all together and come out with what they need to go after here in the rest of the portal that is remaining for Texas to maybe add. Whether it's another, I don't think it's going to be another defensive lineman or even a defensive player, but you never know. We'll see which direction Steve Sarkisian and Brandon Harris, the general manager, decide to go as it relates to draft picks. I think this is important to note. Texas, of the 6 draft picks so far for Texas, 4 of them have been so-called homegrown. And what I mean by that is they originally signed with Texas out of high school. 2 of them came via the portal. Those 2, obviously, Matthew Golden was one of those 2. And then clearly Andrew Makuba as well, the safety that came in from Clemson. So 4 homegrown guys, 2 portal. We'll see more of the same, I think, later today, where we'll probably see 4 or 5 at least drafted that are homegrown, and maybe 1 or 2, at least 2 that came via portal, including Quinn Ewers, who's expected to go probably no later than the 5th round today. Speaking of this whole NFL draft thing that's gone on over the last 2 days, I think it's very abundantly clear that off-field issues matter. And I know a lot of people will say, well, who are you talking about? Are you talking about Isaiah Bond, who has had some off-field issues prior to this draft? Or are you talking about Shedeur Sanders, who now goes at least at the very earliest in the 4th round today? I think that it matters, and it gives you and everyone around the program a sense of what's important. So not only do you need to develop as a player, not only do you need to play and develop and work hard and have a work ethic that can be talked about in a positive manner, but also you got the way you conduct yourself each and every day is going to matter. And that's what's happening right now, I think, as we watch the NFL draft unfold. A guy like Isaiah Bond, who, even though he only ran a 4.35 40-yard dash, still had the highest RPM, our highest miles per hour at the combine, still not off the board yet because he's had some off-field issues of late. And so I think that those things matter, and we've got to be aware of them and figure out what Texas players need to do by keeping their eye on the ball a little bit and going forward, what needs to happen. All right, that's going to do it for this morning. I just want to get a quick update to you guys, let you know that the Longhorns won in baseball, NFL draft. The Longhorns continue to do just amazing things. And we'll see you guys out there at Fan Appreciation Day. I hope you guys get out there and get to meet some of the players. We'll also have another update for you later today about recruiting for sure, based on just the vast number of players out there. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the Saturday Morning Conversation. I'm Bobby Burton. You guys have a good one. Hook 'em.